Hey friend, do you ever get stuck in your productions because you're not sure what chord to use, what key signature your song is in, or something just sounds off in the mix or in the music and you're not sure what exactly it is? In this video, I want to give you 5 essential music theory tips so that by the end of the video, you know exactly how to improve your productions with knowledge of music theory. And I want to show you exactly how to use that within your recording software. Let's jump in. Okay, so the first thing that you want to know about is your time signature. So your time signature refers to how many beats there are per measure. Most songs are in 4/4 time, and so that means they have 4 beats for every measure. Now what's up top here you'll see is all of these numbers across the top of the screen. That refers to your measures. Here's measure 12, and then beat 1 of 12, beat 2, and then beat 3, and then it goes to measure 13, excuse me. So this would be beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, beat 4. Okay, so you can change the time signature, so you can move it to 3/4. You can change it in between the song. Really cool stuff, but it's important to know what your time signature is in your song. Okay, so the second thing that you're going to need to know is your key signature for your song. So what key is it in? In most songs, there is a central key, one key that the song relates around, usually one note. So in this song, for example, it's in the key of G major, and in the key of G major, there's one sharp, there's an F sharp. Now, every single key has its own set of notes, and it's based upon a certain interval pattern of whole step, whole step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. So let's give this a listen. And I have Melodyne open. And what is cool about this, you can see all of the different notes that I'm singing here in red. And then over here, the note on the keyboard that it correlates to. So this is a G3. And forgotten all the things that you say. So here, this note is an F sharp. If you wanted to change it in Melodyne, you can make it to G or E. Super cool, super powerful to do that. But it's helpful, as I'm tuning vocals, as I'm working out a melody, if I know what notes are in the key, that really helps me to understand, where the melody should go, what are the available notes, or even if I'm going outside of the key, which is okay too, but it's good to know when you're doing that. Okay, so the third thing that you need to know as a music producer is your chords and how to build chords. And Studio One, I think it was in version 5, came out with this chord track, and I think it's so cool. And it basically you can edit your chords up top here, and it has all 12 keys, so there's 12 keys in music. And then it has the type of chords down over on the side here. All of these are triads. Over here is your 7th chords and 9th chords and 13th chords, which gets more advanced. But basically, most songs have triads at least in them. A triad is made up of 3 notes. And if you click here, it will show you, okay, that's a major triad, that's a minor triad, diminished triad, and it shows you the notes on the keyboard down below. So a minor triad, or excuse me, a major is just 1, 3, and 5. A minor is 1 flat 3 and 5. Diminished is 1 flat 3 and flat 5. Augmented is 1 3 sharp 5. Suspended 2, 1 2 and 5. A suspended 4 is 1 4 and 5. And then a power chord is just 1 and 5. So that's referring to the notes within the scale. So G being 1, a major triad is G, B, and D. So it's the 1, the 3, and the 5 of that scale. And that's how you build triads. If you want to change your starting note, let's say this is C now. This is a C sus2. That's a C major. It's got C, E, and G. Now if I want to do something crazy and add a major 7, a 7 adds the 7th to the note. So you have 1, 3, 5, and 7. That's 1, 3, 5, and 7. Dominant 7 is 1, 3, 5, and flat 7. Okay, more of a bluesy sound. So jazz music has more of the 7s, the 9s, the 13s. R&B, soul music kind of tends to have those chords in it. But having an understanding of how to build chords, I feel, is really essential in terms of your music production, your songwriting, and just writing songs that are really tasteful and cool. Hey, if you don't know me, my name is Eric Miller. I help home studio owners and guitar players record amazing music from their home studio. And if you're finding value in this video, I'd so appreciate it if you could hit the subscribe button. Okay, so the fourth thing that you need to know as a music producer is your chord progressions. So we just talked about chords and how to build chords. Now you can build chord progressions, whereby you have a series of chords that repeat over and over again, and they're labeled by the number that they are in within that key. So for example, the root note, this song is in the key of G, so G is 1. A C chord would be 4 because it's 4 notes higher than the root. The D chord is 5 because it's 5 notes higher than the root. So every single chord has its relationship to the root note, and we call that a chord progression. So let's give it a listen. In Studio One, they have the chord track up here, so it actually gives you, it identifies the chord in the key for you. So it's, again, super cool. Here we go. So 1, flat 7, 4, 6, 5, 1, flat 7, 4, flat 6, flat 7, 1. Okay, so it doesn't give you the numbers of top, but it does give you the what the keys and the chord progression actually is. And I find this super useful as composing. You know, a lot of times we're composing as we're mixing, as we're making the music, and it's pretty easy to make changes up top right there using the chord track. Okay, so the fifth thing that you need to know is the tempo of the song. What the tempo is how fast or slow the song is. And tempo is, you can see it down here. This song is in 102, or my head might be in the way. You can also see it up here. It's in 102, so 102 beats per minute. BPM stands for beats per minute. So 60 BPM would be roughly 1 beat per every second. So this is going to be faster than that. And this is important because you need to know what the tempo of your song is in order to fit into a sort of groove of the song. And you can change that tempo if you want in your song. So this is 102. Let's just give it a quick listen. And it lines right up with the click. So I have the click turned on. Really important for making sure that your tempo and your click are lined up to get the groove happening, and also to make sure everything is lined up within your DAW, because if it's not, it's just going to make a total headache later on. Now you can also change the tempo. If I want to go to, like, let's say 110 BPM, I just click it in here, and thanks to time stretching, it speeds it up now. Sometimes I get so stuck in. I would argue that's too fast for the song, but that is your tempo and how to change. You can also change tempo, by the way, in your song. You can automate it. Let's say, like, you know, the verses or the bridge goes slower. You can automate it to change the tempo halfway through the song. But really essential for you to have an understanding of tempo. Hey, if you want to go deeper, I have a free 5-step home recording guide. You can get that by clicking the link in the description below or visiting millermusic.co. Just go to the website, enter in your email address, and you get instant access to the guide. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.